Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. And I don't really talk about Batman stuff. I know your podcast is called Matt the Bat, and you don't talk about Batman ever. Well, there's got to be some Batman news to talk about the Batman. That's how it works. You can't talk about stuff that's not there. But we are getting close to Comic-Con. Comic-Con, the big nerdy thing in July, near the end of July. And normally at Comic-Con they announce some major news. Big announcements, new movie trailers for upcoming movies, maybe comic book movies, casting announcements, maybe director announcements, release dates, the whole shabam, shaboom, shabooba. Even though this year Marvel is not attending, no Marvel. No Marvel for you. But hopefully, Warner Brothers, or in this case, DC, attends. Attention! And with DC having the new Superman movie will be out about a week earlier prior to that, when they got Supergirl coming out next summer. We got that Batman Brave and the Bold, we got the Batman Part 2. If we ever get that, the Batman, where is the Batman? Where is he? I want him. I want him now. But there's also, James Gunn just announced yesterday that they're working on a Wonder Woman movie, which means we're going to be doing a fun fan cast for that soon. But then we got that Batman Brave and the Bold movie that they announced a couple of years ago. And it's always been on everybody's mind. Everybody. Me. Who's gonna be the new Batman? Not replacing Robert Pattinson. Our Bats is still safe. But who's gonna be the new Batman for the DCU? Because the Batman is separate from the James Gunn DCU. That's DCU for you. So of course the question is, who's gonna be the new Batman? And right now, I've been hearing a lot of whispers, a lot of chatter, a lot of two names, just two. Two for you. DC, you. You want to know, don't you? I can do this all for you. I'm pretty good. There's been two names floating around. One of them is pretty much, he's been floating around for 20 years. He was even one of the runners-up for Batman Begins. And then they were looking at him again for the original DCU when they went with Ben Affleck. And then another actor, is kind of up-and-coming actor. He's been popping up and stuff lately. He definitely has the look. He might need to shave the beard. And here we go. So right now, apparently the whispers are Jake Gyllenhaal, my boy, Jake the Snake. Don't say that when you're watching Love and Other Drugs. Nope, just don't. And then the other one over here is Brendan Skelnar. I think that's how you spell it. Skelnar. He's been recently in the 1923 Yellowstone spinoff. He was in that Blake Lively movie that we're still talking about, but not for the right reasons. It Ends With Us. Yeah, it definitely ended with that movie, that's for sure. You ain't gonna see a sequel to that movie. Well, maybe we should. The Aftermath. Divorce Court. And he was just in the movie Drop this spring. And he has a couple other movies lined up. Now, how do I feel about these two? If it comes down to these two. And there's a lot of people that they've already picked somebody, and then they're going to announce it at Comic-Con. But these are the two people floating around. And let me tell you something, they're both good. I mean, I know my boy Jake Gyllenhaal. I've been watching him for years. Ever since October Sky. Homer Hickam. Cold one. And he has definitely risen in Hollywood from mostly playing the nerdy, quiet, weirdo roles, and then becoming like this hunk, jacked up, muscular dude in movies like The Covenant or with that Southpaw, or he's been really the dark, mysterious character in Nightcrawler or Prisoners. No, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing. And he is one of those actors that has tried out to play Batman all the way back during the Christopher Nolan Batman Begins. He was one of the people that tried out for the role. He was in like the top 3 contenders. And then they were looking at him again for the Zack Snyder Batman v Superman movie. And they obviously went to Ben Affleck. And now it looks like they're looking at Jake Gyllenhaal again. There were even rumors that when Matt Reeves was working on the Batman, that one of the actors they were looking at was Jake Gyllenhaal. So literally, Jake Gyllenhaal has been in almost the last 3 iterations of Batman. He has been one of the contenders. Why he still hasn't gotten the role, I don't know. But it looks like maybe they're looking at him finally for the Batman movie for the Brave and the Bold. And like I said, he can get jacked up. We've seen he can easily play the playboy role. Even if you look at like Love and Other Drugs. He can bring that charm, playboy attitude, flirting with all the women. Hey, he got Catwoman, Selena Kyle, Anne Hathaway, so twice. Even when he played a gay cowboy, he still got Anne Hathaway. And like I said, he can be dark and mysterious, like in Prisoners, Nightcrawler. He can get jacked up like Southpaw, Ambulance, The Covenant. So he is technically the perfect match. And he has the look. He has the look. You put him in a cowl, he has got that jawline. So on one hand I say, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal, Batman. Yes, please. But then you can go, well, he's so well known. Would you rather get someone unknown to play Batman? I mean, look at David Cornsworth, the guy they have playing the new Superman. He's pretty much an unknown to most people. Other than really last year's Twisters, people really go, oh, him. But once again, when you look at Batman, most of the people that have played Batman are more well known, whereas Superman is more unknown. Christopher Reeves, Brandon Ross, Henry Cavill, David Cornsworth. They weren't the top of the top. They were like, who are you? And where have you been? Other than for Batman, you had Michael Keaton. You had Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck. And you know, Robert Pattinson. Those are more well-known actors. You know who they are. What you can say is a more difficult thing where, since we know them so well, can they still become that character, and we see that character rather than the actor? It's a catch-22. But then you got Brendan Skelnar over here. Someone who's very well unknown to most people. He's only starting to rise in Hollywood. I don't think this ends with us. I don't know if it's hurting him or helping him. I don't know. But like I said, I saw him in the movie Drop, and he doesn't bring that charming, more manly quality to him. He's a big guy. He has the shoulders, he got the muscles, he got the voice. He has the voice. I will say that. He has more of that deeper voice that, not that, you know, the thing with the voice is, if they want to change the voice, they can change the voice. Whether they have an actual mechanism that changes the voice, or it can be like Christian Bale, Where are the other girls? Swear to me. I mean, we can go that route too. Or you can go that route. So the voice doesn't matter, but Brendan Skelnar does have a deep voice. He got the muscles, he's got the body, he's tall. He might need to shave the beard. Even though technically that would be an interesting look at Batman. Like when he's Bruce Wayne, he has some facial hair, but when he's Batman, he's shaved. I don't know how they would pull that off, but that could be something. But once again, with Brendan Skelnar, he's more unknown. He's not like a Jake Gyllenhaal, that's Jake Gyllenhaal. Brendan Skelnar, most people are going to be like, who is he? And you get, either guy you get, women are going to flock to. You get Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman, you get Brendan Skelnar as Batman. Women will come. They will. They will come. In more ways than one. This is almost like a catch-22. I love Jake Gyllenhaal as one of my favorite actors. I would love to see him finally become Batman after all these years of trying out for the role. But as I say, if you want to go with more of an change the status quo of always going after a more well-known actor for Batman, get someone who's not as well-known, like a Brendan Skelnar, and that would change up the dynamic. So you let me know. Do you want Jake the Snake Gyllenhaal, or do you want Brendan as with us Skelnar? Let me know in the comments below. Matt the Matt. Like I said, it's a catch-22 for me. I would like either one for different reasons. But let me know. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment.